Well, earlier tonight in Middletown, Delaware, our guy Ron Jaworski was part of a ribbon-cutting ceremony at Back Creek Golf Club, which is the newest addition to the Ron Jaworski golf portfolio. And we now have a couple special guests tonight on Birds Huddle, Ron Jaworski and Joe Flacco joining us from Back Creek Golf Club in Middletown, Delaware. And Jaws, I know Joe is a partner with you in this endeavor. How did this all get started, you two working together?
Well, Joe and I and our family have been friends for probably almost 20 years, and we were friends before we became business partners, and we enjoy golf, we enjoy each other's camaraderie, and when the opportunity down here in Middletown, Delaware came available, the first guy I called to invest was Joe Flacco. He is Mr. Delaware. He had a great career at Delaware. People know about his Ravens career in Baltimore, but Joe is not only a dear friend, he's a smart businessman, and he's great with people, so we are just so proud to once again have Joe as one of our business partners. And by the way, Joe's not done playing football yet. He's waiting for that phone to ring. A lot of teams are reaching out for Joe, but he still wants to play some football.
Uh-oh.
I love it. And Joe, I got to ask before we get to football, who's the better golfer out of you two? I'm sure it's a tough competition.
You know what? I don't hit the links too often these days, but over the course of the last 20 years, I think I may have outlasted Ron a little bit at this point. Hey, listen, I don't think I've been on the golf course and actually have beaten him. We're usually teaming up and going against two other guys, but if we were to go head-to-head, I don't know if I've actually been on the course and would have shot a score to beat him. So I would still say Jaws has the edge there until I get it back on the course with him.
Totally disagree. Joe drives about 50 yards past me. I might beat him putting, but that's about it.
I was going to say, then I might drive the ball 50 yards past him, and then I take 8 more strokes to get in the hole. So
I love the honesty. And Joe, you were with the Eagles for a time in 2021 before getting traded to the Jets. You shared a quarterback room with Jalen Hurts during that time. Could you see the potential he had back then?
Of course. Jalen came in every day and worked hard and, has a good head on his shoulders. And, like I said, I think the biggest thing is the work that he put in, and all the guys around him saw that and were able to rally around him. And, they got a good team. So they got a good few years ahead of them where I think they're going to be able to capitalize on some good things. So we'll have to wait and see.
Absolutely. You can see Hurts is definitely going to take it to the next level. But, Jaws, what is your overall take on the Eagles' chance to get back to the Super Bowl this season?
Well, I think they're tremendous. I think Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman have done a great job of building a team and handed the keys to the car to Nick Sirianni, and they've all done a fantastic job. When you look at how this team is built, and I know Joe and I have had this discussion many, many times, the success he's had in this league during his career, the success I've had in my career in this league has been based on offensive line play and in the trenches, and Howie's always focused on the offensive line. This offensive line comes back maybe bigger, maybe better than ever. It's a really good offensive line with a lot of weapons for Jalen Hurts, so I think the future looks very bright. The defense is still going to be very good. They still command the division. That's what you want to do, and you want to get home games throughout the playoffs and hopefully don't make mistakes in the Super Bowl.
That's the hope. And Joe, you played for Nick Sirianni during his first season as the head coach of the Eagles. Back then, it was all about getting players to buy in. How have you maybe seen that response grow?
Well, it's tough. I mean, I'm obviously watching from afar, but I realized very early on when I was just being with a few different head coaches, he was very willing to get in front of the team and be that guy. I was really impressed with his system on offense and just kind of how he went about coaching and how he kind of taught those wide receivers to get on the same page with the quarterback and all that. And then, getting the team to really buy in, that happens on game day and winning football games. And obviously they were able to get that going for the better half of 2 years ago, and then really last year were able to hit their stride all season, right into that Super Bowl.
Well, I know you haven't been on the links because you're trying to get back in shape. Well, getting into shape going to this season. Has your phone been ringing a little bit? Has there been any birds out there saying, all right, we need a veteran quarterback to come in towards, right now going into camp?
Well, just like you said, I'm staying in shape and doing all I can on my end, and I'll be waiting for that phone to ring and eagerly awaiting going on to a team this year. So we'll see. A lot of it's out of my hands. I'm just going to work out and be ready to go.
If there's a pudgy offensive lineman out there, there's an old guy that might be able to get out there and play 1 or 2 snaps.
We believe
Hey,
it,
Barrett, if you look at me, you see a guy that's not in shape and a guy in shape. There you go. He's in shape.
We love it. Josh, Joe, thank you so much for joining us on Birds Huddle. And Joe, we wish you luck. We appreciate you guys joining us.